Hey, welcome to Beautifully Unbalanced. I am your host, Destiny, and today's topic that I would like to talk to you about is the importance of having community rather than being alone and independent. This past couple months have really shown me how important it is to have people who understand you, have people who are uplifting you, and having people who you can be yourself around and just enjoy time together without all the outside noise. Recently, I have really gotten out of my shell and started to be a little bit more social. I'm still a little introverted, but at the end of the day, I am starting to be a bit more social and wanting more community because as of right now, for everybody, life is very hard. And sometimes you just need to be in good company with other people and be around other people who could be going through similar things or could have gotten past the things already that you are currently going through. And I feel like that's very important to be around those types of people. It's also important to be around good people. I'm not talking the people who always gossip, the people who always have drama, the people who just can't figure how to get out of their own way. Not those type of people. I'm talking about the people who are good, that have good hearts, good nature, the people that you really can vibe with, that you can talk to just about any with. And it's just so important to have that time with other people without all of the craziness that the outside world pushes on us. And that includes bills. Of course, everybody is having a tough time with bills. If you're not, shout out to you. If you are, we're going to get through it. Another thing is jobs. The job market isn't all that good. If it is good in your area of expertise, then I am proud of you and keep going. But it's just so many things that go on in our day-to-day that we really don't talk about, and a lot of people don't know what we go through, and a lot of people don't understand what we're going through. And sometimes you just want to be in the company of other people who don't always want to talk about the negative, but also just puts you in a better place mentally, who wants to see you win mentally, physically, emotionally, all of the above. And you just really need those type of people around you because it's so important. And it's also very important to have people around you who you can actually talk to without judgment. People around you who you can confide in. Y'all can confide in each other. For me, I feel like good community is people who are going to lift you up. People who have opportunities are going to put you in the position to be in those opportunities. People who are going to help you with your craft or help you with your business or help you win in whatever way they can on their own level. So sometimes we just need help. And if you have a good community and good people around you, then you'll get that help and you'll understand how important it is to have community. I'm saying it's so important because I was one of those people who, believe it or not, have been told that community is not where it's at. And I disagree. I disagree because you really need people around you who you can just be yourself around, who you can breathe around. And when I say breathe, just let loose, have a good time, laugh, enjoy the same interests. And even if you have different interests, you can still enjoy that other person's interests. It's always something in other people, especially good people, that you can enjoy, whether it's their interests, whether it's their passions, whether it's what they like to do on a day-to-day basis, whether it's hobbies, whether it's so many things that you can find in other people in order to eventually become an amazing community. And that's why community is it's just so important, to me at least. Next, I want to talk about how important it is to have community when you are up. You need good people around you when you're up, but you also need good people around you when you're down. Sometimes we as people for me, I'm not going to say we as people. For me, I don't really want to be around anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to do anything with anybody when I am down. And that's not the best way to be. For me, I just feel like what's the word I'm looking for? For me, when I'm down, my energy is off. And when my energy is off, I don't want to be around people because I feel like my bad energy or how I'm feeling at that moment can rub off on other people. And that is a tried and true statement. And it's so true that people don't understand it. And you're wondering why the following day you're feeling a certain way. It's because you were around somebody whose energy wasn't up to par. And if that's the case, then you have to ground yourself and bring yourself back. And for me, I ground myself and bring myself back when I go into isolation. I don't go into isolation to shut off the world. I go into isolation to understand myself, figure out if in a situation I was overreacting or whatever the case may be. But having that independence is a good thing, but don't dive too deep into your independence and isolation that you lose sight of how important having a community and having people who understand you is, how important it is to be around people who understand you, who are there for you, who love you for you, who indulge in the same things that you indulge in, and you can just have a good time and let loose a little bit without having so much on your back all the time. And I feel like that's another amazing thing about being around people who are good for you, good for your mind, good. Now, I also want to give you an amazing example of how it is for me when I get around people who understand me. I am around the right people. I'm around the people who speak life into me, who we all have the same interests in one way or another. We don't have to be exactly the same, but sometimes you need people around you that got similar interests. It don't have to be everything. I know after either that night is over or that time with that person or said people, I just feel better. I just feel a new sense of gratitude once I have left the vicinity of said community. I feel like things in my life are going to get better. It's just weird. And I feel like sometimes when you are so independent and you are so by yourself, you are in your head. And I know that is so true for me. I'm in my head a lot because I'm like, dang, it's no way another person is going through all of the same stuff or even similar stuff as I am. And believe it or not, they are. And people are waiting for you to come to them and be around them and to love on them and be there for them and speak life into them, because we all just want to feel loved and we all just want to be surrounded by people who are good for us. And when you're around a good community of people who care and want to see you as your best self and in the best position, it's just an amazing thing. And you can tell. I feel like if you are not in a great community, you will probably feel not so great after you have been around them. You'll probably feel like it's just turmoil on top of everyday life already being too much as is. When you are around your community, it needs to feel like a breath of fresh air. It just needs to feel good overall, and that's important. Like I said, I'm the type of person that I do have to go off and be by myself to recharge. But quite frankly, I don't want to be like that, honestly, all the time. I want to be around other people. I want to hear other opinions. I want to have good conversation without always feeling like it's a problem about what we talk about, or it's a problem or somebody's feeling a certain way, or whatever the case may be. It's always a way, when you're in good community, it's a way to talk to your community. It's a way to acknowledge your community. It's a way to just acknowledge people's feelings and how they feel. And if the people that you are in community with do that for you, then you are in a good community. Now, I know people are probably wondering why I keep saying community. Community for me is, I would say, one or more people or one or more persons that are in it to win it with you. It's your team. It's your road dogs. It's all that. They're going to tell you if you're wrong. They're going to tell you if you're right. They're not your yes men. They're going to be there for you when you're up. They're going to be there for you when you're down. And it's just so important to just have people around you. It's very important. And it's even more important to have good people around you that are really going to just tell you how it is and really going to give you suggestions on what you should do or give you good advice. Not bad advice. Good advice, because sometimes people be giving bad advice and it's not. But what I learned is you take what you take from said advice and you leave what you don't need. Somebody else told me that, and that is great advice. That is amazing advice. So for me, I want to be good community to other people. And when I say I want to be good community, when you're around me, we can talk about hard things. We can have hard conversations. That's cool. But for me, I want to take your mind off of the hard things that you already go through. I want to be sunshine and sunlight, or whatever happy thing that you equate to happiness, or whatever you equate to feeling good. That's the type of community I want to be. And I know that's strange, but that's just who I am as a person. And that's what I would want people to be for me. Just sunlight, happiness, joy, all of that, especially when we're around each other. It don't always have to be anything crazy. You just want a good time. You can be a good time, good food. For me, I like to laugh. And if we can't laugh while we in the same room, then I don't know. I really don't know. But I just feel like ultimately community is more important than independence. And I know we are in a day and age where a lot of people are to themselves, want to be by themselves, or are just isolating, just to isolate because they're scared of joining other people or being in cahoots with other people or being around with other people. But I'm here to tell you that the good people that you should surround yourself with are around. You just have to be open to being around them, and open to having good conversations, and open to not going into whatever relationship it is, whether it's romantic or platonic. Go into those relationships saying that everything is going to work out. I can sense, because you can sense if somebody's good for you, and you can sense when somebody isn't good for you. And you'll be able to sense it. You'll be able to sense if they're good community. You'll be able to sense if you want them around the rest of your community, or if you are just starting a community. You'll settle in and get to know that person a little bit better for who they are. And for me, I don't cut no cards with nobody. I'm gonna let you know what it is from the jump. I'm not a secretive person. On certain areas, on certain tips, I'll be secretive about certain things. But if I'm in community with good people, I shouldn't have to be secretive. I shouldn't feel judged. I shouldn't feel anxiety when I'm around you. I shouldn't feel turmoil before I'm in your presence. I shouldn't feel like that. And if you are feeling like that when you're around a certain person or certain people, I don't think that's good community for you. Like I said, community, especially good community, is supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel like, I know for me, one of the things that I really enjoy is going on walks or being outside around water. I can't swim. I'ma learn. Not too much on me. I'ma learn. But just being in a certain area and just being able to breathe and relax and just be happy and actually have a genuine smile on my face. That's how your community should be and should make you feel. Now, I have been thinking about good community, and I even sprinkled in a little bit about not so good community or bad community. However, I feel like you can get the gist. The main thing is, if the people you are around don't make you feel good about who you are, don't make you feel good about anything you accomplish or anything you do, aren't there for you when you need it most, or you feel like you gotta hide, or you're scared, or whatever the case may be, that might not be your community. I'm not saying that it's bad. That might not be yours, because you'll know when you're in the presence of amazing community. You'll know, because when you're in the presence of amazing community, all of the weight that has been on your shoulders all of this time, when you get around them people, it's going to be lifted. It don't even matter if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, 20 minutes. In that time frame, you are going to feel so much better about whatever you're going through, and that is so important. Now, what I want for you to do as a listener is to really evaluate your circle. Really evaluate who you're around. Really evaluate how they make you feel after you see them, when you're around them. Just evaluate how that makes you feel. Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel anxious? Does it make you feel bad? And just take note of that. Take note of how they act with you around other people. Just take note of every single thing, and you'll be able to understand whether they are good community, or just not community at all. And that's important too. So I hope this episode has helped you understood that it is very important to have a good community over just being by yourself. I know people get hurt. I know people are scared to trust others. Shoot, I'm one of them people. I am one of them people, but I am taking a different approach. I'm giving people chances. I'm seeing them for who they are. I'm being a little more understanding and not so hypercritical of who I'm around or who I want to befriend or anybody like that. Because I'm very hypercritical, and I'm only hypercritical because of the things that I've been through. And I'm learning to remove myself from that hypercritical stance and just reevaluate things and get a better understanding. I'm also very independent. You won't know what I'm going through. You will not. But nowadays, at this point, I need community, child. I need community, and I think you need community too. So, if this episode gave you a little insight, please let me know in the comments. Make sure you share this episode. Make sure you subscribe. I am on all platforms that you will need to listen to for podcasts. I made sure of it. And thank you again for listening to Beautifully Unbalanced. It was originally perfectly balanced, but baby, I am not balanced at all, and that is okay. That's why it's beautiful to be unbalanced. Now, what I want for you to do as a listener is to really evaluate your circle. Really evaluate who you're around. Really evaluate how they make you feel before you see them, after you see them, when you're around them. Just evaluate how that makes you feel. Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel anxious? Does it make you feel bad? And just, take note of that. Take note of how they act with you around other people. Just take note of every single thing, and you'll be able to understand whether they are good community, okay community, or just not community at all. And that's important too. So I hope this episode has helped you understood that it is very important to have a good community over just being by yourself. I know people get hurt. I know people are scared to trust others. Shoot, I'm one of them people. I am one of them people, but I am taking a different approach. I'm giving people chances. I'm seeing them for who they are. I'm being a little more understanding and not so hypercritical of who I'm around or who I want to befriend or anybody like that. Because I'm very hypercritical, and I'm only hypercritical because of the things that I've been through. And I'm learning to remove myself from that hypercritical stance and just reevaluate things and get a better understanding. I'm also very independent. You won't know what I'm going through. You will not. But nowadays, at this point, I need community, child. I need community, and I think you need community too. So, if this episode gave you a little insight, please let me know in the comments. Make sure you share this episode. Make sure you subscribe. I am on all platforms that you will need to listen to for podcasts. I made sure of it. And yeah, Thank you again for listening to Beautifully Unbalanced. It was originally perfectly balanced, but baby, I am not balanced at all, and that is okay. That's why it's beautiful. That's why it's beautiful to be unbalanced. Thank you for listening.